it is such a privilege to have this opportunity to talk about my dad.
My name is Gord, and my dad's name was Bert.
My dad was Ken Black. He was a third generation dairy farmer in southern Ontario.
My dad's name was Clarence Vallance, and I grew up on a farm in Saskatchewan.
My name is Paul Black. My dad's name is Ron Black.
I'm Peter Vallance. My dad is Clarence Vallance. He grew up in Saskatchewan on a large grain farm.
Hi, my name is Ruth, and my dad is Ron Black.
Hi, I'm Lindsey, and my father is Gord Lorimer.
My dad is David Janty.
My dad is David.
My dad's name is Peter.
His name was also Reverend Bert. His name was also Albert. His name was also Dad.
I was with him a lot because his job was on the farm. I loved to help him on the farm, and I think one of his great gifts to me was he let me help him.
Things I learned from my dad, of course, first of all, because it was a family farm that I grew up on, were from an early age the farm chores that there were to do each day. I learned those largely by first watching him and then learning to do by doing them. Making mistakes along the way, which my dad was a very patient man and patiently corrected me, and I learned from those mistakes to go on to do it the right way.
He taught me all the things that you had to do to run a farm, and there are lots of things, and once he taught me, another gift that I guess he gave me was he let me do what he had taught me. He taught me how to work in the field. He would let me work in the field.
Had the privilege to learn a lot from him that I am until today using in my own life, in my own relationships, whether it is with friends, with my wife, and my children.
Dad was, I think a lot of things I learned from Dad were how he treated other people, how he treated my brother and myself, how he treated my friends. My friends always thought he was a great dad. I always kind of saw him as Clint Eastwood. He was kind of cool and calm, and those are good lessons.
My dad has taught me a lot of really practical things over the years, things like how to ride a bike, how to skate, how to start a barbecue, even how to file my taxes.
And if I ran into trouble, hopefully he taught me well enough that I could get out of trouble and fix things, but also he taught me to rely on him or have trust in him that he'd be around and within walking distance if I got into trouble. He would be there to help me, and I had faith in him because I knew that Dad could fix anything.
One of my favorite memories with my dad was when I was in elementary school. Dad was always big on gardening, and he used to take me out of school for a day in early spring, and we would go and plant his garden together.
My dad meant a lot of things to me. He was the guy who led me to Christ, kind of forced me into being a Christian. He was a model of who I think I should be as a Christian.
My dad also taught me in many ways that there's more to life than work. He taught that it was important to take time away from work to spend time with family. We had many family events, community events, and events surrounding the church, and that it was important, very important, to take Sunday each week as a day of worship, day of rest.
That was one of the times when it was just Dad and I, and we really got to chat and connect, and it was really when Dad modeled to me one of the most important things that he modeled to me, which was hard work and the value of hard work, and just being really happy with what you have and being thankful for what you have.
That modeled for us, myself and my sibling, what true friendship is and how to treat other people. He always tried to treat people with fairness.
He treated everybody equally with respect. And that was because my dad, although he was a man that I'd like to say had a quiet faith, he certainly demonstrated it in all that he did and in what he taught me.
He's also taught me a lot of super important qualities like patience, kindness, and compassion.
But Dad was always patient. There's episodes when there was a few things that I did with a car particularly, and I think my brother did with cars, that Dad would always say, well, these things happen, and there was never anything tense about that.
And my dad's taught me a lot of things over my lifespan. One of the things he's taught me is to always have a good sense of humor.
He was funny. He had crazy stories about his childhood that he would share with us. And he'd had so many adventures.
Laughter has always been a really big part of our family, and my dad is a big part of that. He's kind of known for being silly, and he's taught me to embrace my silly side. He's known for his ridiculous gifts. At Christmas time, it's still filled with wind-up toys and silly hats. For my 23rd birthday, he gave me a selection of 6 different rubber noses for me and my other housemates at university.
More importantly, Dad modeled to me how to be a loving Christian husband and a servant of God and in his church and life, and for that I am ever grateful.
And he taught me how to ride a bike, even though I fell like 1,000 times, and I mean 1,000 times. I can have a scar. And he taught me to persevere and go for whatever I'd like to do. And he also taught me not to stop there because you can always improve.
Always just say, things like that happen, don't worry about it. And so I've tried to do that with my son Mitch. I've tried to live up to those examples, and it's not always easy. But he's been a good example for me how to treat my son.
My dad's taught me to work hard at whatever you're doing and don't try to put that off, even though sometimes I procrastinate.
But despite all these important things, I think the most important and obvious thing he's taught me is that no matter how much he loves me, I have a Father in heaven who loves me even more.
And of course, Mitch sees him every week, several days, and so Mitch is learning the same lessons that I learned from him directly, and I think that's very valuable too.
I will do my best, and I'm working so hard to be to my children what he has been to me, and I'm so grateful to have him in my life.
He's taught me to embrace life with the joy and the fun of childhood, and to always look for those opportunities to embrace my silly side. Something that I really hope that I can pass on to Silas.
And when he got old, he became like a child to me, and I became like the dad, and I had to look after him. But he still was a wonderful guy, and I loved him.